Hello, this is Eucep again. Today I'm going to look at Cybertron Shortround. Shortround is one of the scouts from Cybertron line, which never made it into the actual series, so we don't really know much about him except for what's there in his bio. And of those bios, this one is probably one of the more quirky ones. He's a Decepticon, but despite being a Decepticon, he's probably not one of the most fearsome of them all. Since he's from Earth, I think he's one of the Decepticons which got trapped in Antarctica after having been hunted down, but there's no hint of who he has been in the past. Perhaps some lobster monster or something like that, but can't really make much out of it. All in all, not the most brilliant fighter at all. He's more like a messenger than a real trooper. And he has a weird quirk, very weird quirk. That is that he's a toy collector. Yes, we have a toy which is a toy collector. Yeah, that's something to think about. To be exact, he collects Transformers. That's that, unreleased transforming robot action figures, as it says in his bio. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to make of it. I'm not going to go into that. So let's go into the toy itself. Like most Cybertron line toys, he has a force chip gimmick. He actually has a loose cannon, which fits into that hole on his hand, or claw. It's a bit fiddly. And I don't really like the looks of the weapon too much. It looks silly both in hovercraft mode and in robot mode. It looks a bit plain to me, so I'm not really too fond of it. Design wise, the rest of the robot I do have some liking for. It looks fairly simple, basic. Ball jointed hips, some movable feet, only due to transformation. Knees, but they are limited in the angles. His arms are on ball joints and can move up and down a bit due to transformation. His elbows can move up and down, but if you use his elbows you are limited in how his claw can be held, so only like this. If you straighten him out, then at least you can rotate his hands, which gives him the Scorponok hands. He can still move his hand out like that, but yeah, it doesn't really work that well. His head is also on a ball joint, but it doesn't really do that much. So let's see his force chip gimmick, which works in both his alt mode and in his robot mode. You see the slot here. He's very tight, so it's gonna take a bit of force. And there you have it, a pair of cannons, or better said, cannons, rocket launchers, which is his better weapon in my opinion. But let's put him back. Oh, moment. Because he's very tight and getting him out is very hard. So let's transform him. We start off by rotating his head around and pressing it down. He can't fit in entirely until his waist has been unlocked and moved forward. Then you can press in his head fully. Press together his feet. His hands single back in the toes and straighten them out. On his hands rotate them like this and pull down his thumbs until they lock into place. Take his feet and accordion them up until they lay against his body. On the underside then, you pretty much fold his arms underneath him and you press them together. And here you have him in his hovercraft mode with attack mode. So yeah. Decent, well detailed. There is some minor paint application, these bronze stripes. As far as I know, this is an attack hovercraft, a personnel carrier, but not really sure because there are so many variations of hovercraft that I can't really tell. Some nice turbines, which looks nice, well painted, well detailed. There's a small Decepticon symbol over there. Overall, he looks fairly nice. His robot kibble is pretty much limited to the back side of his head, and seeing his hips in the underside, because otherwise he's fairly clean looking, which I like. As said, you can attach his cannon in this mode as well, because there's a plug hole here. But no, it's not looking that incredibly cool. Still, I can recommend getting this one, because all in all, his looks in both modes are fairly nice. I don't think he's easy to get anymore, because he wasn't actually easy to get back when the series was airing. So anyway, this was Eucep. See you next time. Oh, and just a small update. If you want to pose him a bit more silly, yeah, you make out of it what you want.